In this video, you'll learn in about 10 minutes how Articulate Storyline works and what the most important features are, so you can start creating interactive e-learning with Articulate Storyline today. Hi, I'm Spermon from Online Learning, where I teach you how you can create e-learning modules yourself with Articulate Storyline. And are you new here? Then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Are you ready? Then let's get started. Articulate Storyline is an authoring tool to help you develop e-learning modules. And Storyline has many similarities with PowerPoint. So if you have experience in PowerPoint, you will learn Articulate Storyline pretty quickly. If you open Articulate Storyline for the first time, this is the screen that you will see. Here you can see, for instance, an overview of the last courses that you have opened, information about Articulate Storyline, about the new feature, how to work with the new trigger panel. At the left top of the screen you have different options to start a new project, to create a screen recording, or import from PowerPoint, a quiz maker, engage from another Storyline template, or import questions from a file. Now let's open an existing course. So I've opened an existing course in Storyline, and when you're opening your course you will enter your course in Storyview. And here in Storyview you can see it, you see a visual overview of your course and the structure of your course. And you can also see that the course is made up of different scenes. And a scene is actually nothing more than a collection of slides in a way to organize and structure your e-learning module. So you see here I have an introduction scene, a menu scene, and three scenes for my chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. And if you compare your e-learning module with a book, then the complete book is your course. And the book contains chapters, and these are the scenes in Articulate Storyline, and the pages from your book are the different slides of your course. So the scene with the red flag is the starting scene of your course, and when a user opens your course he automatically sees the first slide that is in the starting scene of your course. And in Storyview you also see arrows between the different scenes, and the arrows indicate the connection between the different scenes. So for instance here there's an arrow from my introduction scene to my menu scene. That means that if a user clicks on the next button on this slide, it will go to the menu slide in this next scene. And on the next slide you see here different arrows, so this means here are multiple buttons that go to chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3. And at the bottom right of the scene view you see the properties of the slide. And above you can see which triggers there are on the slide. Now on this slide there is only one trigger that ensures that when the user clicks on the next button he will go to the next slide. Now on other slides in this course you will see more triggers, but we will come to that later on. So when I double click on a slide, Storyline will open Slideview. Now in the middle of the slide view over here you'll see the layout of your slide, and here you can add text, images, different shapes, video and audio files, but also buttons and sliders or links to external sources to create an interactive module. Now, on the left side of your screen you see the slides that are in this scene. Now in this scene there are 2 slides. So, and also as in Storyview you can see the arrow between the slides that indicates how a user goes through your scene. And at the top you can switch between the different scenes that are in your e-learning module. At the bottom of your slide view you see the timeline of your slide, and here you see all the objects that are on the layout of your slide. And here you can also time objects. So if you want that an object appear only after a couple of seconds, for instance this button, you can drag it and now it will appear after 1 second. So, and in Storyline objects also have states. So here you have timeline. If you click on the states button you see that a button here has different states. A state, for instance a normal state, a state that if a user hovers with his mouse over, a down state, a clicked state when the user visited the button, and a disabled state that means that when a user that the button is not clickable. And just like as in PowerPoint, you can also add notes to your slide. You can use this, for instance, to record voiceover or just as an explanation of how the slide works. At the bottom right in Slideview, you see the base layer of your slide. But you can also create additional layers, for example, pop-ups that you want to show on a slide. So if a user clicks on a button, you can show an extra layer that will be on top of your base layer. Now, at the top right, you see triggers, and you can use triggers in combination with states and layers to make your e-learning module interactive. An example of a trigger, for example, is here, next slide, when a user clicks on a button. Now, I have shown you the most important parts of the Storyline interface. So now let's go on and build something. So in Storyline, we click here on New Slide. I go to Basics Layouts and I choose a blank slide because the slide that we're gonna build is different from the other layouts. So now I have an empty slide and I can start adding objects. I will start adding text. So I'll go to my Insert tab, click here on Text, and draw text on my screen, and I enter the text. So the text is here, who is right. I will center align it, make it bigger, and position it in the middle of my slide. So I can choose here to distribute horizontally. And now this will be the title of my screen. Now I will be creating a question, so I'll be add a new text box for the question. So here I go to text box, I draw a new text box, and I will paste text in it. Who won the World Cup football in 2014? So I will center align it, and under arrange, align, distribute horizontally, I will distribute it horizontally on my slide. Now the next step is to add three characters that give the answer. So to do this, I'll go to the Insert tab and click on Character. Storyline has a character library you can choose off. So for instance, let's choose here, this one is already downloaded. So I want to choose this character and I positioned here, and a character has also different poses, so you can see a positive, neutral, and negative. Now it must be a little bit positive. So I click this one, and now I will add two more characters. And next step is to add three text captions with the answers that the people will give. So I will move this people a little bit to below. I'll click on Answer. On Insert, sorry, and I'll choose here for text caption. So I create one text caption over here. I can copy it. A text caption for this person, change this one, and also for the person in the middle. And I see they're not aligned right now, so I'll go to Format, and I can choose here, and also so, and they're aligned now top and also aligned on my my slide. And now I can add the answers in it, because I can type, if I select the text box, I can type in it. So here is Brazil. Oh, this one, only select this one, money, and the Netherlands. So this is done right now. Now I want that if a user clicks on a character, a feedback will show whether the answer is right or wrong. Now I can do this in two ways. I can do this with slide layers and triggers, but I can also convert this slide to a freeform quiz slide. So if I go here to Insert and click on Convert to Freeform, I can convert my normal slide to a freeform slide. So you can choose for drag and drop, pick one, pick many. Now in this case, for my question, there's only one correct answer option. So I'll choose pick one and click on OK. And you see now that Storyline automatically adds stuff for the answer options. So now I can check here, I click the answer options. So for instance, this is my answer option A, answer option B, and answer option C. And I know that the answer for the question is answer B, so that's okay. And here you see the correct and incorrect feedback. And this is form view. If I go to slide view, you see that here are now 2 layers that Storyline automatically adds with feedback. And there is a submit button, but I don't want a submit button. I want that you see direct feedback if you click on one of these people. So what I do is I create a new trigger, and the trigger will be here, submit interaction, pick one when a user clicks on character 1, and we want it also for character 2 and 3. So I select this and I copy it, and you see that character 1, character 2, and character 3 has a submit trigger, and this means that if a user clicks on the character, you automatically sees one of the answer options. So now let's preview our slide and see if this works. So I go to preview this slide. And you see here that I can select one of my people. So I know this is the correct answer. So you see I click the person and Storyline says correct. That's right, you selected the correct response. So in this video you saw what the most important features are and how you can create a custom quiz slide in Articulate Storyline yourself. So this is a base to create your own engaging e-learning courses in Articulate Storyline.
Do you have any questions about embedding your Articulate Storyline course in WordPress or about Articulate Storyline in common? Then place a comment below these videos and I promise to answer it. And if you want to create great engaging e-learning in Articulate Storyline, make sure that you get my free step-by-step guide on how I create e-learning in Articulate Storyline. And I know for sure that it will help you because it describes my whole process that I use for every e-learning module in Articulate Storyline that I built. And was this video useful to you? Then hit the like button below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos.